Hey Nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are at Goodwill doing some more thrift shopping. And yes, let's go ahead and check out what they had in the store today, see if I can find anything neat to resell or keep for myself. This here was kind of a cool find. It is a blue onion patterned set of bowls, and they had no markings on them. Had this had markings, if it was a Danube or a Meissen, I definitely would have snagged them up because those sell very well. But I think it was a lower quality blue onion pattern, and I just didn't know the maker of it, so I left it behind. But if you ever find them with markings on it, definitely snag them up if they're in good shape because they go for good money. I did check out the plush briefly. I spied this Raggedy Ann and Andy set. They had it elasticed up there. The Andy was quite a bit smaller than the Ann, and so that was kind of odd, but they're kind of neat. I have sold those in both my antique booth and online before, so those are always kind of good to pick up if you can find them in good shape. I also saw some of these Cabbage Patch style dolls, and they were kind of interesting to see. They were a little bit rough on the faces. They had some wear marks to them and stuff. The condition was a little rough. Her little overalls were pretty cute though, so I don't know. I'm not really in that market. Something I need to learn a little bit more about. I did see some vintage amber glass that I set right back down because amber glass does not sell well for me. It seems to be the most common glass you can come across. And yeah, I'm not picking it up anymore. This was kind of cute here. A little heart-shaped blueberry or grape dish. Very modern, but kind of cute. I'm not really sure what you'd use it for. I guess you could bake something in it. And the little fish dish was kind of neat. A lot of fish items sell quite well for me. I've been seeing a lot of forget-me-not items lately as well, and they had this big set here for $10. This is an Avon hen on a nest, very cute. It was marked $8, which I thought, yowzers, that's kind of high for the thrift store rate, and that's about all you're gonna get for it online, maybe about 8 to 14 plus shipping. And yeah, if you go on to eBay, if you're interested in those, there are copious amounts of them to choose from. So yeah, if you're in the market for one of those, definitely go check it out. As a reseller, when you see the market is flooded with items like that, you have to have a very cheap cost of goods to even justify picking up something like that because it's likely going to sit for quite some time with the amount that is out there. I do pretty well selling this Heartland International patterned kitchenware. I'd never seen the pot and pan before. I assume this probably originally had a lid. Unfortunately, the inside was scratched up. It wasn't in the best condition, so I couldn't get it. I probably wouldn't have. I feel like it probably came with a lid originally as well. This I thought might have been a Gemco mixer or nut chopper rather, but it was just a plastic one, so pass. Again, I found another Heartland International item here in a ladle. Unfortunately, it was quite rusty on the inside, so that went back as well. I don't know if primitive items are coming back in style again. I know they were super popular about 5 years ago, but I've been seeing a lot turn up in my thrift store lately, and I've been picking up a few here and there, so let me know if you guys are into the primitive stuff or if you've noticed primitive coming back as well. This was kind of a neat dish here. It's obviously a modern piece, but I like that it had the dip bowl right built into it, so very handy. They had this really neat of England canisters here. I really liked the terracotta look to it. Had that really nice green rim and then a cork top, which was kind of unusual, so those are really neat. Again, more Heartland International items, but these were in pretty good condition. I did pick up a couple of them. The larger one, I actually did purchase it. I got to go ahead and return it. I noticed after I brought it home that it had some significant crazing and cracking towards the bottom of it. So that one's going back. It was only marked 4. I think that medium one was 3 and the smaller one was 2. So I kept the 2 smaller ones for resale purposes. Again, that tends to be a pretty good seller, that particular pattern. Barometers I find quite often. A lot of times they are cracked and damaged. I almost purchased this one and at the last minute I noticed the facing on the bottom one was damaged, so I put it back. But they will sell for decent money, so if you can get them for cheap, definitely go ahead and grab those. I was trying to figure out what was going on with this picture frame. It had the 4 spots there for various grades, and then it had like a little ruler along the side of it. I don't know, that seemed kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. They had this little box of little wooden figures and such. I didn't find anything in there, but it was kind of interesting to look through. They had several of monkey pod style bowls here. This one had some pretty rough woodware to it. I suppose you could probably pick up an oil maybe to fix that up. I'm not quite sure how that works, so I wanted to get that one, but I didn't because of the wear. I found another setup here. It's like a salad bowl. It had 3 bowls that you could put the salad in, then the larger bowl to mix it, as well as a fork and spoon to mix the salad. And I wanted to get these as well, but again, I found some condition issues on them, so I was a little bit hesitant. Have you guys ever seen people put plants in these baskets? I love the look to it. It's very popular right now, I believe, with the boho jungalow style. And I was going to get this, but it had some kind of rot to it because someone else had already done it. And they even lined theirs with plastic, so that was kind of surprising. This here I really liked. It is a handmade, kind of like a magazine holder, I would say. And I really like the style to it. I found yet another one of these Herside stoneware mugs in pink. I've only found one in purple ever. I most of the time just find them in the pink. I really like picking those up. But that did have a crack on the handle and had been re-glued. I'm pretty sure you guys probably saw that. This kind of cracked me up. They normally put $1 on their coffee mugs, and because this was a vintage style milk glass one, they put 3 on it. There was nothing significant or very nice about it. It was just an all white opalware mug, and it kind of had some staining on the bottom as well, so I wouldn't pay $3 for it. What is it about owls on the shelf that always make you touch them? I seem to never be able to just leave them alone. This was kind of cute. It was a little skunk like window cling. Someone had hand painted them. Very cute. I didn't get them, but I don't know. Are you guys into skunks? Would you decorate with skunks in your home? They had this adorable Avon bottle here. You guys know I'm obsessed with these Avon bottles. And it had a little cat that went over the cover. How cute. And it's on like a little milk glass rocking chair. They had no price on it. And I feel like that's why I put it back down. I'm sure I should have just put it in the cart. I could have got it for $1. That's usually what they do, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking. But it's pretty cute. They do have some of those on eBay, probably for around $5 to up to $10, so. It's a bag full of broken items if you're interested. I thought this yellow vase was very pretty. I liked the style to it. It did seem to be a newer version. And I feel like amber glass, the vintage amber glass, has just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm kind of just steering away from anything yellow glass right now. I know there are people out there that like their vintage Tupperware, and it's a market I really can't get into. Every time I pick up a piece of Tupperware, I always see several scratches in it, and I feel like that's not safe. I don't know. Do you guys, when you find it, and if you're a collector of Tupperware, do you guys find it without scratches? Because every single time I see it, it has plenty of scratches. I was absolutely in love with this fall colored throw here. It was quite large for a throw, really. It might have even been for a twin bed. And I set it in my cart, and then I'll share with you towards the end here what ended up happening with that. And yeah, so I like to look at this section. I don't often find things in good enough condition to resell, but I do every once in a while. This tablecloth here was really pretty as well. They were only asking $3 for it. It had this nice little like elephant scene on it, and it was very boho. I really enjoyed it. That also went in my cart. So after I get all my finds in my cart, I do a thorough inspection at the end. I laid out the beautiful tablecloth, and it was all sun faded on one side. I was so bummed. It would have been so gorgeous had that not been the case. And then here's the blanket. There was one little stain there, which probably could have got out. And then there was a small hole there as well. I personally don't know how to fix that. I know some people could. The main deterrent was the cat hair or pet hair in the blanket. It just seemed like a pain to get out. Be sure you are subscribed and come back tomorrow to catch the thrift haul of everything I picked up today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.